Ever wish you had a side hustle that made, like, serious cash, but without, taking over your life?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, who wouldn't want an extra 3 grand a month for just, what, a couple hours of work each week?
That would be sweet.
Well, today we're going deep on Hansel Moore.
Oh, yeah, I saw that article.
He built a whole production studio as a side hustle
Oh,
while working full-time in tech sales. Can you believe that?
no kidding.
We've got his story from an entrepreneur article, and let me tell you, it's packed with good stuff.
I'm ready?
What's fascinating is how Moore was able to blend these two totally different worlds.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think the high pressure world of tech sales
Yeah.
would go with the, creative energy it takes to build a studio.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Right. So how did this all start?
Well, Moore was already creating content on YouTube.
Okay, so he was already into that world.
Yeah, he had two channels. One was tech-focused, and the other was documenting, like, his whole entrepreneur journey.
Ah, interesting. So the seeds were already planted.
Exactly. And as his projects grew, his home office just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that.
For sure.
Hitting that wall where you literally don't have the space to create.
Totally. And that's when Moore had this aha moment.
What was it?
He realized he needed a dedicated space, perfect for making content.
Okay. Makes sense, but was that all?
Well, here's the genius part. He also saw this as a way to make passive income.
Oh, wow. So instead of just a bigger office, he went full on business.
Exactly. And he took some super practical steps right from the start.
Like what?
He formed an LLC, which many people skip when starting a side hustle.
Yeah, I can see how that would be tempting.
Right. But it's smart because it separates his personal stuff from the business.
Ah, so it offers him some protection.
Yeah, if things go south, he's thinking ahead not just about the creative stuff, but the business side too.
That's really smart. So he's at the LLC. What's next?
He found a space and listed it on Peerspace.
Peerspace. What's that?
It's a platform where people can book, unique venues
Okay.
for like photo shoots, meetings, and content creation, of course.
Ah, I see. So Peerspace is like the middleman.
Exactly.
So he doesn't have to handle scheduling or payments.
Nope. Peerspace takes care of all that.
That's pretty convenient. It frees up a lot of time.
A ton, yeah.
Yeah.
Moore can just focus on making the space great for clients.
So Peerspace is like his storefront and booking agent all in one.
You got it.
But I'm guessing he didn't just sit back and wait for customers.
No way. He also used social media.
Smart move these days.
Yeah, targeting the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Local marketing.
Exactly. And to get people really talking, he had a grand opening event.
Nice.
Invited family, friends, and local creators.
That's a great way to build buzz, especially those local creators.
Right. It seems like he's building a community right from the start.
But setting up a physical business probably wasn't all easy.
Noted, he hit some serious roadblocks.
All right, now we're getting to the good stuff. What kind of challenges are we talking about?
His biggest one was just the massive learning curve of, building the space out.
Right. This was his first time doing a physical business.
Exactly. So dealing with permits, zoning approvals, construction, all that. Totally new.
Totally different than the online world he was used to.
Completely, yeah. Like zoning approvals were a biggie.
I bet. What was involved with that?
Well, he had to make sure his space was even allowed to operate as a studio.
Huh. I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Right. There are all these rules about what kind of businesses can be, where,
Wow.
noise levels, parking, so much stuff he probably never considered.
Sounds like a bureaucratic nightmare. Did it take him forever to get it all sorted?
He actually said he spent like a month and a half going back and forth with zoning officials.
Oh my gosh.
But he didn't give up.
That's gotta be frustrating, though.
Yeah, but he made tons of calls, did research, basically became a master problem solver.
So persistence was key.
Absolutely. And in the end, it worked. Just 2 months, and he had all the approvals, and the studio was built.
That's amazing, especially while working full-time. So he's got the space, the legal side, the marketing. But did it all actually work? Did he get customers and make money?
That's what we'll find out next.
So all that work, did it pay off? I mean, once the studio was up and running, did Moore actually make money?
Oh, yeah, it definitely did. Like right away, he started bringing in revenue.
So it wasn't like a slow start or anything?
He made over $3,500 in his first month.
Wow, that's really impressive, especially since he was still working full-time. So what kind of clients was he getting? Did he focus on a specific niche?
Actually, it was pretty diverse. He had photographers using it for shoots,
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Filmmakers shooting, movie scenes, music videos.
Huh, so like a real variety.
Yeah, even businesses were using it for meetings and events.
I guess with Dallas-Fort Worth being a big area, there's probably a need for that kind of versatile space.
Definitely. But it makes you wonder, how did he manage all that with a full-time job?
Right. Bookings, dealing with clients, I'm sure all kinds of unexpected stuff comes up.
Well, remember, Peerspace is handling most of the logistics.
Right, right.
So all the scheduling, payments, even insurance, that's all through them.
Okay, so he's offloading a lot of the work.
Yeah, plus he's really good at automating things, like using scheduling tools, email templates, all that.
So it's like he set up a system that runs itself, even when he's not there.
That's the beauty of passive income, right?
Right.
Set it up right, and it just keeps generating money.
But I'm guessing it's not completely hands-off,
True, he still needs to manage the space.
like making sure it's clean and everything.
Exactly, dealing with any issues, all that. But that's where those 2 hours a week come in.
Ah, right. So he really is only spending a couple of hours on this each week.
That's what he says. And get this, he's on track to double his revenue in 2025.
Whoa, that's incredible. So it's consistent growth. He's really tapped into something.
For sure. It's not just the money, though. He's also building a community around it.
Yeah, I bet that's really rewarding.
He actually said in the article that the most fulfilling part is the connections he's making.
Makes sense seeing all these creative projects happening in his space.
It's like he created a hub for people to collaborate and support each other.
It's more than just a business. It's like a whole ecosystem.
Exactly. But for those of us listening, what are the takeaways? For someone wanting to start their own side hustle.
Great question. Moore's story has a lot we can learn from.
He highlighted 3 key principles that helped him succeed.
Okay, I'm all ears. What's the first one?
First, you got to believe in yourself and your vision.
So it all starts with belief.
Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's huge. Moore had challenges just like anyone starting out.
Right, there are always roadblocks.
But he kept going because he knew what he wanted to create. He truly believed in it.
So it's about passion and perseverance.
Exactly. Second principle is execution.
Okay, so it's not enough to just dream about it. You have to do it.
Right. He didn't just talk about the studio. He took action.
So like breaking it down into steps?
Yeah, focusing on making progress bit by bit.
Don't try to do everything at once, right? Just keep moving forward.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. And finally, maybe the most important thing is to love what you do.
That makes a lot of sense.
Moore is passionate about content creation. You can see it in everything he does.
It's like that passion fuels everything else.
And it's inspiring to him and everyone around him.
So when you genuinely love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. And that can make all the difference.
It really can. And that brings up a question for you, the listener. What are you passionate about?
Oh, I like that.
What skills do you have?
Mhm.
What do you know that could become a side hustle?
Yeah, maybe even something more than that.
Exactly. Maybe you're an amazing cook and could start a catering business.
Or teach cooking classes online.
What about tech skills? Website design, tech support. There's so many options.
The possibilities are really endless when you start thinking about it.
The key is to find your strengths, your passions, and figure out how to use them to create something valuable.
It's like finding that sweet spot where your skills and what people need come together.
Exactly. Moore's story shows us that with passion, action, and a little entrepreneurial spirit, we can make those side hustle dreams a reality.
Yeah, it's really inspiring, how Moore took like a pretty simple idea and turned it into this like thriving business.
And not just about the money, right?
Right, it's actually making a positive impact on his whole community.
It shows you don't need like a ton of money or some crazy idea to be successful.
Yeah, sometimes it's about looking at what you already have and figuring out, a creative way to use it.
Exactly. He saw a need in his community and just like found a way to fill it.
And working full time the whole time, that makes it even more impressive.
Seriously, it shows you what dedication and good time management can do.
He proves you can have a busy life and still pursue those passions,
Totally. And build something meaningful.
It's a good reminder that we all have that potential, even if it starts as a side project.
As we're wrapping up this deep dive, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, hit me.
So, Moore saw a need for a physical space, right? But what about the digital world?
Oh, interesting.
Are there opportunities online that maybe we're missing?
That's a great point. The internet is full of ways to make passive income.
Exactly.
Maybe you're a great writer. You could create an online course.
Or an ebook, even.
What about photography? You could sell your photos or do virtual lessons.
There you go. Think about what you're good at, what you enjoy, and see if you can turn that into something people will pay for.
It all goes back to Moore's story, doesn't it?
Total.
With some vision, some effort, and some passion, we can turn those side hustle dreams into reality.
So what untapped opportunities are out there waiting for you?
Maybe you'll be the next Hansel Moore, inspiring others with your creativity and your hustle.
And that's a wrap on this week's Deep Dive.
We hope you found Moore's story as insightful as we did.
Remember, anyone can achieve success.
It just takes a little ingenuity, hard work, and the courage to follow your passions.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.